Righty ho, this is Winter Window, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video. This is episode number... That's a good question. 50-something. And yeah, today in this episode, I honestly don't really have any plan. Yeah, I'm kind of just going in this with literally no plan whatsoever. So, what do I do? I don't know. Why did I not go to bed when I was up there already? So, I have some ideas on stuff to do and build. So, I want to go build in my town area or go build in a new area. Seeing how I've been building in the plant section of my world for quite a while, building that, the flower statue and the giant tree that's taken up like 6 episodes altogether or something like that. And so I'm kind of ready for, move to a different area. And I don't really know what to build where, but... And I'm going to go for a nice little bit of a wander while I kind of blabber a little bit. I'm kind of thinking I want to build like... ooh, skeleton. Ow. Some sort of like drive-in movie theater I think would be really cool. And like an American like drive-in diner thing. So I guess I don't know what the official classification of restaurant type it would be, but like we have root beer stand. Okay, had root beer stands around my area where I live. Basically you pull up to a car underneath like a little covered area. There's just a tiny little building off to the side that's just a restaurant that, they make the food, people come out, serve you from your car and stuff, yada yada yada. I feel like that would kind of look nice if I tried to build it and if I built it successfully. And if I could build just like a little throwback, I guess, kind of area, kind of like drive-in movie theater, just 70s, 60s kind of ideas. I think that would be kind of neat. But I'm struggling to think about where to build things. Actually, okay. I really like this spot, not gonna lie. Put a theater here, I think would look kind of neat. Yeah, I like that. I like this spot right here. Okay, cool. That works for me. So I could make down there the parking or something. I can build a like theater, not a theater, but a screen here over there. I think that could look neat. And then I think there's a minorly flat area there. I don't think there's really anything I'd add to the top of this mountain here. Just kind of leave it a little bit more natural. Yeah, I need to expand some paths and stuff, but unfortunately this really isn't the most useful area. Just because of the terrain and stuff. I will probably end up filling this in, actually, to make it kind of flat across here and go over to the school area. And I don't know, probably fill it in clear down to over there. But for right here, I kind of dig it. I think that might be the move. And if I leveled off this section like here... Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If I level off like this area to this level or something, I could put that one restaurant I was talking about right here. I think would look kind of neat. Yeah, okay. Kind of dig it. No pun intended, but also pun intended. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to stand here and actually dig the whole thing out right now because... yeah, that's boring. Also, this shovel really sucks compared to what I'm used to, and it's very disappointing. But I do want to get the idea in my mind that this is going to be what it's going to be, so I will continue to dig this. But yeah, this is what we are thinking thus far. So, I guess I now have something to do in between episodes. How lovely. Let me place that. Alright, cool. So, the area of focus in this episode is going to be down there. So I suppose, I don't know how to really get started with this, but I guess some deforestation. And so I'll just go through and just start destroying some trees. So get that taken care of. So yeah, should I try and corral some sheep here? I feel like I should, but I don't know. But yeah, if I built like a screen like right here or something, that wouldn't be awful. And then cars can, have like a car park back here. Yeah, I think that'd be neat. I've only been to one drive-in movie theater before. We watched Top Gun. There's a couple around my area, but there's not very many anymore. There was one that was really close by, but it shut down. And I think it was bought by like some race car driver or someone, and I don't know. But I guess that's what I feel like I remember being told as a kid when I asked about it. But anyway, moral of the story, I've only been to a drive-in movie theater once, but, it was actually quite cool. I think I fell asleep. If you haven't watched Top Gun, I'm about to, spoil half the movie, but, if you haven't watched it yet and you're watching this, you probably wouldn't watch it anyway. But I managed to fall asleep right at the part where Goose dies. So it's like, hey, I wasn't too upset about missing that part, but yeah, it was still pretty neat. The only issue with drive-in movie theaters is the fact that, at least ever since, because the state I'm in, we have daylight savings time. Ever since they had that, because I was just talking to my dad about this literally tonight. It doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night anymore. So in order to watch movies, you gotta wait until then in order to actually see them, which is a little disappointing, but overall, why don't I just start cheering you now? But yeah, it's still really cool, really neat experience, and I'm glad I did it, and I really want to go again because that was cool. But yeah, I'm just kind of blabbering away while I cut down my trees just because, I don't know, I have nothing better to do. I'm talking. For all I know, this might get cut out. Probably not because of my time constraints at the moment. But, yep, my uploading schedule should be a little bit better when school restarts again here in, next week. But that's okay. This is just a sneak preview of what it might be like over the summer for us. Because, yeah, time and working. Because, funnily enough, taking 18 credit hours in college really isn't that hard. At least not for me, because I'm not doing a very difficult major. But oh well. So, I guess I want to get a little bit more done in this episode than nothing, just cutting down some trees. So I guess I'll probably skip ahead for a little bit until I get the trees cut down. At that point, I will probably start, I don't know, probably I'll start by just terraforming the dirt. And yeah, this will probably, I plan on this being a 2-episode deal, probably. Hopefully. If I can, in this, oh, it's gonna suck. If I can, in this episode, manage to get the, yeah. If I can get the area set up in this episode, next episode I can try and put in the screen. Maybe I can get the screen built in this episode. I don't know what my white wool situation looks like, but I'm going to say screen and then a whole bunch of cars, which honestly the cars are going to be the hardest part because I'm really bad at building cars. So this is going to be rough, as you could see with my fire truck if you watched that episode. That was rough. But oh well, we shall, yeah. Okay, I am making my way over to my other sheep pen to get my white wool. And I was just kind of, wandering this way. I hadn't really looked over here. I actually, looking at it now, I really do like my little rose garden flower thing. Yeah, I actually quite like this little build. Like, no, the poppy's not exactly pretty, but I think with like the white arch and fence and stuff, it really does just make it look decent, I think. Like, I don't know, I think it just kind of fits for the most part. I don't know, it looked kind of nice in my opinion, and I thought I would just point it out. But yeah, I am running over to get my white wool. Hopefully I can try and build at least part of the screen today and get it leveled off. So that way in the next episode I can then go and, yeah, get everything else done as I said earlier. But yeah, I just thought I would point that out. And now if we look at it from this side, there's one more thing to bring us home. So yeah, I will be back in again in 1 second. Just wanted to point that out. Placing action, not mining. Why am I talking like that? I don't know. Okay, so, alright, welcome back. And first thing I want to point out is, why am I making everything so far away from each other? I just had to walk over to go get my wool. Which I found out I have less than a stack of white wool, so that's going to be problematic. However, the more pressing matter is the fact that that's such a long walk. Like, I'm going from one end of the world to the other pretty much, or like one corner, and yeah, it was a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, I think sometime in the near future, I'm going to have to break down and invest in a minecart system, which I really, really don't want to do. Okay, I do, but at the same token, that's so much iron. And yeah, that's literally the only reason I don't want to, but it's going to take a lot of iron and a lot of time, because I kind of want to make it look pretty. If I make a minecart system, like an actual train system, like train looking thing, would be kind of cool, but I don't know. Alright, let's start trying to fill this area in. Brilliant, we can't stay on our bridges to save our lives. There we go. And I'm quickly running out of dirt already, which isn't too big of a problem because I have a lot more dirt to mine. Also, if you're wondering why I was placing blocks in such a weird pattern like that, it's because 3 is the optimum level in my opinion, or like distance you can place on a bridge, like from a bridge. So yeah, that's kind of why I was doing that there. But anyway, yeah, now we're just gonna, I guess, spend the rest of this time digging and placing dirt. And once we get a decent bit done there, we will, I suppose, probably try and place down a decent bit of our white wool for our screen, or I guess whatever we have in our inventory, which is like a stack. And then get that done, and I don't really know, but yeah. Alright, so I just finished filling in the area down here. As you can see, most of it started to already grow back. And I think I'm pretty much ready to start placing down my screen, or at least the start of it. And that'll end up being the conclusion of this episode. So up here, I'm just going to show you I started doing a little bit of digging here as well. I got some glitched dirt. And that's nice. I'm going to try and pick up as much of this before I despawn. Got that. Alright. So yeah, hopefully I can get rid of this mountain right here in between episodes. And I was kind of thinking maybe up here will be where I put the restaurant thing. Because I probably, as I pointed out before, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to, build a, fill this whole trench in. Which I don't necessarily love the idea. But at the same token, I don't know, it'll provide me a little bit more extra room and stuff to kind of build, and I don't know. I got dirt to go around, and yeah. It's just kind of a difficult area to traverse, and so this will just make it a little bit easier to get around in. So I'm thinking I'll probably do that in between episodes, and in which case it's at some point going to need to, or at least I want it to, connect all the way over here to the, this part of the town. So yeah, once we get to that point, we'll hopefully have stuff kind of connecting them clear through, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll build like a park or something. I don't know, but so yeah, I'll finish filling that in at some point, probably in between episodes. But yes, anyway, focus on right now. We are going to build a screen, and I'll probably be building it right about here, I think. So if I made the first thing right here, and I think I'll use spruce logs, so it'll go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 will be a good height, because the screens are always raised up by a certain amount, and I'll probably go about here, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then, guess from here we'll go this way across. I'm just using the spruce wood just because I already had it from cutting down the trees in the area. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could probably do 10. And then bridge across to wherever we need. And then I'll get... No, don't do everything wrong that you're doing here. Actually, I might have enough spruce to successfully make this all the way across. Ow. Ooh, this is gonna hurt really bad if I don't make my way down the mountain much carefullier, because that's English. Oh, we can make something work. If I can eat some bread so I can sprint, I can safely... Hi-yah! Ow. It's okay, we're alive. For now. Hopefully we can get back before the monsters spawn. Boom. Alright, so... we got our frame for our screen. I feel like that can be plenty big enough. So I'm kind of thinking, I just now thought about it, but if I put the, I guess, building and / projector up here, and then the cars can park down here, I think that would look quite nice. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know, I might try and build a nice-ish looking fence right along here. I do really like this spot, though. Like, that's just such a nice spot. I'm probably going to leave the coastline open. Which, speaking of, maybe I should make a beach somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, focusing on what's going on right now, right here. Alright, so, let me... I won't use any more of that. We're instead going to be using some oak planks. And I need a ladder as well. Let me go over here. I need to eat some bread. So I will... ladders. 6 is exactly what we need. The dirt can go. And place that. 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, and if I place it, there we go. Perfect. Now we can go along like so. Build ourselves a little bit platform here. Because I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but there was some sort of platform at the bottom of these screens. But I don't know. But we're gonna have one because convenience. So yeah, we got that. That's really annoying. Perfect. Now I can place down my slightly less than a stack of white wool. I can't reach up there. Wait, less than a stack? I meant more than a stack. Alright, do we think we can reach the top from here? It's not that high. It's only like 10 blocks. Oh, well, I've already used... Brilliant. There we go. This is going a whole lot quicker than I thought it was going to, and that's all. Ow, that was further than I intended. Oh yeah, this is gonna look a little rough, but you know what? We'll make it work. We will make it work. But see, what I could do is if I ever feel ambitious someday in the future and actually want to like try some experimenting, I could sit here and I could, or I could go like up here or something, and I can edit a video onto the screen, you know. If I just stand there and stare at it, so that way you can, you know, you can feel like you're watching a movie. Yeah. Yeah, that's something we could do. Could do it. Probably won't, but, you know, I would like to, because it would be very fun. But, yeah, that's... You know, I realized I didn't take a dog with me today. I didn't necessarily intend to get started building, but it just kind of happened, and I kind of went autopilot mode, but alas, here we are. So... I have a decent bit of terraforming and work to do in between episodes, but overall, I can be happy with it. So I want to say a grand thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.